Hey, Andy Spear, coming to you live from Houston, Texas, Spring, Texas, and I just wanted to jump on here because, well, I've got some things I want to talk about. One of the things I put in the comments was about Amazon, and uh, my thoughts as far as my thoughts and your thoughts, I guess, what you think about Amazon and their whole thank your driver program. So, man, if you're an Amazon driver, I put out the word the other day, but man, if you're an Amazon driver or know an Amazon driver, I'd be really curious to hear their feedback on the whole thank the driver program and how that worked for them. And man, it's crazy because Amazon announced it, and as soon as they announced it, it it was live for like one day, and after that one day. Um, it it's crazy because after that one day, it went away. They basically set $1 million aside to do this thank the driver program, and it was interesting because of the fact that it didn't cost you anything to do it to thank the driver, but if you did thank the driver, then they got $5 for that delivery, and basically it was through Alexa, and so from the surface, that seems like a pretty cool deal. I mean, Amazon, trying to help people out through the holidays, if you will. But I just wonder how much of that was just Amazon testing the waters. And I don't know if you've seen anything about it and kind of had some thoughts behind it yourself, but Amazon is definitely known for changing culture, changing buying habits, changing the big picture. I mean, obviously they started out with books, and now Barnes and Noble's no more. So they definitely want to dominate an industry and a market, and so then they moved into the other products and such, and eBay went away because of it, because now people even sell stuff. So everybody can sell stuff, if you will, for the most part. Don't get me wrong. I know there's some deals behind it, but anyway, you can sell stuff on Amazon, um, and it got us used to, expecting something within 2 days. If you're Amazon Prime, you buy a membership, kind of like Sam's or Costco. You buy this membership, and then you have this expectation. So now. I'm a Sam's member as well, and I get free shipping because I'm a Sam's member, and I don't get it in 2 days, but I get it pretty quick, and so that's pretty cool. I mean, they've forced other businesses to follow their business model, if you will. Um, I don't think that was their intention. I think their intention again is just to dominate. Um, so yeah, so I'm on here. If you're just jumping on, comment comment where you're watching from. If you're watching on the live, comment live. If you're watching on the replay, comment replay. But I'm talking about Amazon and the whole Thank You Driver program that came out recently that lasted a whole day. Again, if you didn't see it and if you're just joining, basically the idea behind it was, um, for them. I think to trial it, but anyway, it was just a program that they had set $1 million aside. I think it was advertising and budgeting, but they set $1 million aside to thank the driver, and ultimately, I believe that it's a bigger picture than just that. I think it's much more than that. Just like I was talking about the fact that, yeah, hey, thanks, Belvin. Where are you watching from? I appreciate the support there. Anyway, so I think that they are definitely doing something and testing the waters. Like I was talking, so I was talking about how they've changed our buying habits and changed how companies do. I mean, Walmart now has delivery. Walmart, you have the whole pickup there, the lockers and such. Man, I'm a Best Buy member as well. As far as their rewards program, and I've gotten stuff same day because of Best Buy. So all these industries and these companies have switched because of Amazon, and I think there was a bigger story behind this whole Thank Your Driver program that I think we really should be cautiously concerned about. And I say that because they're not known to be employee driven, right? They're definitely bottom line driven, and so If you see the news, you see some stuff. If you follow posts, if you know people that have been drivers for Amazon, you know there's a high turnover. They pay decent. Don't get me wrong. I mean, they do pay a decent price, a decent wage, and I'll get into that. And I think that's where this is going. But they do pay a decent wage, but there's some extreme high turnover just because of the way they work there, and especially the contract drivers is too. You know, you have every kind of different driver out there. And, you know, don't get me wrong. Hey, I appreciate the fact that they are definitely hiring a lot of people and giving a lot of people jobs because of it. I mean, because of Amazon. I mean, I live in Houston, Texas, and gosh, there's an Amazon warehouse seems like on every corner, and it's not a problem because we're in Houston. It's definitely not a problem to get something same day. A lot of stuff same day. But at what cost for small businesses? And if you know me, you know I'm a small business person, and so I get that it gives a small business the opportunity to sell their products on Amazon. And I know I've kind of gone off a tangent, but the Thank You Driver, but this kind of goes to the big picture of what Amazon does. And so if you've ever done any research, if you see that Amazon has their own products, right? They have their Amazon Basics and Amazon different products. And if you know how they get those products, you would probably never buy another Amazon Basics, because what happens is Amazon, because of the way things are, they can research and see everything, right? So they have all the statistics. And so if there's a product that you created and you started selling on Amazon and it started doing really well, what will happen is Amazon will manufacture that product and push your search down. And so eventually they'll promote your Amazon Basics. It'll be cheaper than what you can make it for and what you're selling it for, but it'll be the exact same thing, probably a little substandard. I mean, if you've bought some Amazon Basics, some of the stuff's pretty good, some of the stuff's not so much. And so I think, they want to dominate, and of course they can get a better margin rather than just the whatever it is, the stocking fees that they can charge you. There's a bigger margin for them creating it, purchasing it, manufacturing it, and selling it themselves, and cutting you completely out, and pushing your particular product that may be the exact same thing, pushing theirs first, and anybody else it could be more where they could be more profitable. And so they are doing that, I think, with the drivers as well. And so I think this whole Amazon Thank You Driver program was a test to see if we, as the consumer, would start paying for the Amazon driver. So follow my train of thought here. So if all of a sudden they put out a program where you could start tipping the driver, eventually you could change the scope and the definition of an Amazon driver to basically like a waiter or waitress. And now we subsidize Amazon's paying the employee, the drivers. And so I would caution the drivers getting excited about this program and the fact that that's how it happens. If you've been around Amazon long enough to see, that's what they do. They're about the bottom line. And what's their biggest cost? Shipping and delivery. Shipping and delivery is their biggest cost. Of course, stocking the stuff, but labor in any company, any business you have, labor is your biggest cost. Man, if you could get your customers, if you get your customers and your members to subsidize your labor, like a waiter or waitress at a bar, at a restaurant, there you go. What better way for you to reduce your cost than to have that? So I'm just concerned with that, and I just wanted to jump on here and see if anybody else felt the same way, or if you're seeing this on the replay, comment replay, and I'd love to hear what your feedback is. I'll certainly try and post this and put some hashtags so it can get out there, but I just thought I'd jump on here. It was something I've been thinking about, and I definitely can see, being a small business guy and having our own business with my wife for so long, I just see what they can do to a small business, and I just see what they can do to the employee model and the whole picture of that. And so if you're just jumping on, I've been talking about my thoughts as far as the Amazon Thank You Driver program that came out that was really quick. It lasted exactly a day, basically. They put $1 million out there to kind of see test the waters, if you will. I think they said it was just to kind of help the drivers, but I mean, if that was the case, then you wouldn't have just done it for. If you seriously wanted to help the drivers through the whole holiday season, you wouldn't have just done it with $1 million, knowing the expanse and the size of your driver pool and the number of people, the employees that you have out driving. I mean, $1 million at $5 a delivery. I'm amazed it lasted a day. I mean, seriously, if you think about it across the nation, if that would just seem to me that would just get eaten up really fast. And so I think they just wanted to see if we would pay how it would work, how quickly it would go away. I mean, that would give them a scale. If you think about it, how fast it would be used up, how fast $1 million. So if they spent $1 million in that amount of time, it would only be logical to think, okay, we could save $1 million that fast if we reduce people's pay and let the customers, us, the members, the Prime members, if you will, pay it. And so, yeah, great, $1 million went through without. I mean, look at the size of Amazon. $1 million was nothing, to them. I mean, it was just crazy. So, anyway, I just wanted to jump on here real quick and just talk about that and see what your thoughts were. I look forward to the comments, and I hope that I can get some feedback, because I just think as a small business owner, we need to just keep an eye out for things, because a lot of other companies follow suit, right? And there's drivers that bring me my Best Buy stuff. There's drivers that deliver the other stuff. And I mean, where does it stop? Where does it stop if you start paying them that way? So, I'm not even going to get into this whole tip everybody. Everybody deserves a tip. I mean, that's a whole nother conversation that I may offend some people if I start talking about that, because, Grace real, and I come from a work ethic that, you get paid to do a job, and you're supposed to do that job well, because that's what they pay you to do. And so I shouldn't be tipped for just doing my job. And so that's just my thoughts. But on the other side, I understand waiters and waitresses work for tips, and I appreciate their service, and I feel I tip them very well. So when it comes to that, but I'm not going to tip my FedEx guy. I did see a video. It's interesting. I did see a guy from FedEx. He said it was a video about this, if you will, and he said he gets tips every once in a while, which I had never even thought that was an option or a thing. I had no idea. But it's not like I'm going to run out there and tip my driver. But hey, I guess I sit there and think about it now, just as we're scrolling through here and talking. Hey, we give our mail lady a Christmas gift. We give her stuff throughout the year, just to say thank you. So maybe I do tip them, but I don't do it monetarily. I'm more about being personal, because we know who she is, and so. Anyway, so I'd love to see your comments. Again, if you're watching this on the replay, comment replay. If you're watching on the live, I appreciate you jumping on. And I hope you're having a blessed day. It is just loving the cool weather that just blew through here to Houston. It got a lot cooler here recently. It's been in the 80s, and I don't think we're going to get the 80s anymore. So I'm looking forward to that. So again, thanks for watching. Thanks for jumping on here. If you follow me, thanks. Appreciate the follows, and appreciate the love. God bless, and you guys take care.